Morning, everybody. Rusty from the Rusty Razor. Have another shave of the day, and we're going back to something really old I've had a long time here, but haven't quite finished it yet. It's Stirling's Executive Man. I got a little, it's like, got in this tub here. Squished the old sample into that way back in the day, and it's like, I don't know. The scent of it is like on the verge of not really caring for. It's like it's some parts of it smell good, and then there's just something in it that's kind of not appealing. So I'm still using it. It's just that I want to get her done, and it's taking a while. All right, so we're going to use the Edwin Jagger with the Big Ben. So second use of these, or documenting my usage of them as I go through new blades. And then we're going to follow up with a little bit of Stetson. Got to have something good in this shave I want. Like, yeah, Stetson. Like that stuff. All right. I hope everybody's doing good. Your typical day here in Iowa. One day it's nice. The next day it's raining and crappy. Today it's a crappy day. So, it is what it is. Okay, let's get this. I got a kind of a drippiness to it. Well hydrated. But it's just, it's like when you're going through stuff. Now here it's not so bad. It's like inside the fresh puck there, it's not, like not so happy with it, but lather it up, it's not that bad, I guess. But definitely not a go-to scent for me. Okay. I guess this is a Creed Aventus, and if I smelled Creed Aventus, like Aftershave or whatever it is, the cologne, I would go, nope, not me. Not mine. Not going near it. Not happening. So it's like, that's why there's so many different colognes out there. What appeals to one person is another man's no-go. Now, let's see. In this razor so far, it's like the first time I used this Big Ben, it was like not overly enamored with it. And then the Edwin Jagger here, it's not tuggy, but it doesn't feel smooth. So we'll see. We put it through its paces in the next few shaves. I was just thinking the other day, was it a week ago? No. Yeah, maybe it was a week ago. I don't know. Time flies. You start losing track of stuff. It's like, but we been on the fishing kick, thinking about it, and Justin was talking about Justin from the Red Island Shaver. Yeah, he mentioned eels, and it's like you catch all. It's like in Minnesota, we had our access to all kinds of different fish up there, and I know there were it's like really never. Well, I guess you've seen eels like on these documentaries, and they're in the ocean, and you got the moray eel and all that. It's like that's what I thought always eels were. And I moved to Iowa, and I'm out fishing with my uncle, and we're out on the Mississippi on the boat, iceberg, and I catch something. It's like I hook into something. I was like, well, this is okay. This is a pretty good fight here. And I get up to the boat, and we're fishing at pretty much at night. At the time, we're out fishing for catfish. And all of a sudden, it's like to get this thing up to the boat, and I start pulling it in. And it's like, whoa, what the is that thing? I've never caught or seen an eel before. Like man, as a few colorful metaphors later, explicitives, and Holt is like, my uncle was like, it's just an eel. It's like you catch those things all the time around here. And I'm like, I'd never seen this thing before. It was like freaking me out. And if you caught a few since then, you catch them every once in a while. They're in all the tributaries along here in the Mississippi. Yeah, because our local river here, the Des Moines River, is tributary to the Mississippi River. So you get eels. And also, we got the northern water snake, which is a pretty big black snake, brownish black snake, which can be, a lot of people think of them as water moccasin or not copperheads. We've got those too, but cottonmouth. And it's like you see one of those things and you're thinking, it's a cottonmouth. No, it's not. It's just a water snake. They eat fish, catch fish and stuff, and other sort of goodies. But they can be pretty aggressive when you catch something and they're like, ooh, I want that. I'm going to go get it. And they get their mind in it and they go after it. It's like you're trying to reel in something, and here comes this darn water snake, and they're like, there's a meal that's fighting. I'm just like, I can catch that. And they're like, no, leave me. That's my fish. Leave it alone. So you're reeling in your fish while the water snake is trying to fish for you. Yeah. Another interesting fish that you catch like on the Mississippi are gar. Yeah, gar. Boy, first time you catch a gar, especially a big one, that is a fight. Those things can fight like crazy. And then you get it up to the boat, and it's got this long snout full of teeth, like, you're like, whoa! How am I gonna get the hook out of that thing without taking my hand off? And it's the reason they have there's the alligator gar, and then it's with this short snout gar or something like that, which was pretty common around here. Those don't get too big, Typically, you get about 5 to 8 pounds typically. I just usually catch those and throw them back when I was catching fish. Yeah, it's been an interesting experience catching new fish. And you got dogfish, carp. lots of, you got blue cats, channel cats, what the heck's the other one? I had drawn a blank. Flatheads. Wow. Flathead catfish. And it's like between all of those little guys. So you go out and, depending on the type of day and what kind of water you're in, would determine what kind of catfish you typically catch. Most common is channel cats. Around here. But occasionally you get into a flathead or a blue. Blues are more found in the open water areas, but occasionally get them in the river. Well, they're in the river. It's just that they have a tendency to sit in those deep holes in the river, which is kind of hard to, unless you got a boat, it's hard to get them. And they get big. This is not, I can tell this is going to be a 3 shave blade. And you can just catch like channel cats like crazy. You get them from small to huge. You can get a 20, 30 pounder. But and flatheads, you gotta use live bait for those guys. Pretty much same thing for blues also. Occasionally you'll catch them on stink bait, but usually it's the channel cats you get on a stink bait. Basically it's like a rubber worm with grooves in it, and you dip it in this concoction. You can buy a stink bait concoction. Smell like that. But you know, throw that in the water and this channel cats will catch that scent and just go right to it. And you reel them in. And when it comes to fishing on the river, and like in the Mississippi, there is no daily limit for channel cats. So we'd go out there in the late afternoon and fish all night, come back in the morning, and you could have up to 100 channel cats. So they'd be eating channel cat a lot. Yeah, we would go out and set up some, you know, that would have a couple lines out, because you could have, when you're fishing on the river, you're going to have 2 lines out. So you'd have one outside each side of the boat. And 2 different kinds of bait usually. What was going the best. Believe it or not, bologna is another good one. For some reason they like bologna. You get the block bologna that hasn't been cut yet, and you just cube it up, stick a chunk on, and they go for it. And then you have one via stink bait. And if you caught any type of live fish that isn't, you know, like a perch or something like that, you could set up a system, and like a slip bobber system, try to go for the blues and the flatheads. You catch one of those, that's a fight. I think we're done. Yeah, definitely. This Big Ben's probably going to be a 3 shaver. Here. Okay. Not a really great shave. Job's done, but a little bit of Stetson cooling. A little weeper right there. Stetson cooling. That's a cooling moisture. There we go. Smells good to me. And eventually that menthol will start kicking in here in any second. Alright, so that was the shave of the day. Executive Man. Not really my go-to. It's like, it's going to take me a while to get through that sample. Because it's just like, it gets put into the rotation just because it's in the rotation. But it doesn't get used very often. And that was the Edwin Jagger with Big Ben blades. I can definitely tell that the blades are really not quite up to the 4 shave or plus already. So we're looking at probably 3. So there you go. Well, that's the shave of the day. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Rusty out.